Hello, and welcome to Aging is for Everyone. My name is Rosemary Hall, and I'm sitting in today for Laura Mandello, our regular host. And this program is of particular interest to me because I'm the coordinator of volunteers for the Senior Companion Program, so anything that has to do with volunteering is of interest to me. But you, as a matter of fact, should be doubly interested in this because we are being treated today to have the entire program focused on a huge event that'll be taking place here in Buffalo, October 19th through the 22nd. And that is right there on your screen, the National Preservation Conference. And I'm so happy to have two of our guests that are going to speak about the conference and give us a lot of information. Let me introduce first Catherine Schweitzer, who is the co-chair of the conference, and again, Henry McCartney, who is the Director of Preservation Buffalo Niagara. Welcome and thank you both for being here today.
Thank you.
Catherine, I'm going to put you on the hot seat right off the bat. Can you tell us a little bit about the conference?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us here tonight. We really appreciate the invitation.
You're welcome.
This is a really big event for Buffalo, a town that's been known for snowstorms and blizzards and chicken wings. We have a chance to change our identity as a community in our country with this conference because we'll be known for the best that's here. The architecture, the urban planning, the parks, and most of all our people, our great neighborhoods. So it is a really terrific experience for Buffalonians to participate in the conference as well as to host people who will be coming from all over the United States as well as from Canada. When we put the bid in 5 years ago, we had planned it to be a multi-county by national bid, and we hope with our planning for this conference we'll actually deliver on that promise. It was the first time a city had ever proposed a binational conference to the National Trust, so that set us apart from other communities. And the conference is held in the Northeast region every 5 years. So 5 years ago it was in Pittsburgh, and it's traveled around the country since, but it's the first time in 30 years it's been held in New York State. The last time was 1980 in Manhattan, so this is a big deal for Buffalo, a big deal for New York, and obviously also for the Northeast region.
Henry, can you give me an idea of why they chose Buffalo?
Well, I think they did an outstanding bid, number one. But number two, Buffalo has this an array of architecture, and they're going to bring people from throughout the country to see our treasures. We kind of get used to them. But what's different about this conference is that certainly people stay in the convention center for educational sessions, but we'll have 38 or so field sessions where people will go out and really see what we have here. I don't know of any city, certainly no city our size, that as much as you can see as we'll be offering to the 25 or 3,000 participants at the conference.
Do you think it's also because Buffalo is a small cosmopolitan area? We can get everywhere so quickly here. Nothing is that far away.
That's a really good point. I think that was something that the Trust did not understand when they picked Buffalo. But as we worked through some of the conference sessions, as Henry mentioned, there are 38 field sessions or bus tours that will go throughout the region. And that is more than 10 extra bus tours compared to past cities. So 10 bus tours times 50 seats, it's 500 more seats to go see the great treasures throughout the region.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Our goal is to have the most people for any preservation conference in history, and we think we're going to make it, partly because Buffalo and the Visitor Association and Catherine have been promoting Buffalo so well, but also if you think we are geographically located so that people from throughout the Northeast and the Midwest can get here relatively easily and really see a lot of things happening in Buffalo.
Right. I'm just wondering, has there been any idea on what the economic impact on Buffalo will be from this conference?
I think there's already been a positive economic impact. The video that most of us have seen, Buffalo, This Place Matters, has gone around the country. It's on YouTube, and Google that, and you can find it if you haven't already seen it. The National Trust magazine had a 8-page spread, gorgeous cover, and this is going to people that understand preservation and architecture around the country. So we're going to get them to come back besides just coming in October.
Can you give me an idea of what some of the workshops or some of the educational pieces that are going to be, what are they going to cover? I looked through the catalog and I was salivating.
There are all kinds of topics from tax credits and urban planning to rural issues. So it's the urban, the rural, the suburban, as well as not-for-profit management, fundraising, how to use help from different government agencies. So there's a wide assortment for really something for everyone.
Sounds like it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting.
I would add, too, that while the conference is primarily for people coming, there's so much publicity in Buffalo that we're hoping that people will take this week or 2 weekends and the week to really visit the architecture of Buffalo, even if they're not registering at the conference. There are a lot of activities that are being put on that are both for conference residents but are also open to the public. And so, and we'll be publicizing that as we're getting closer. So there'll be a lot to do in that week, even if you're not a conference registrant.
Yeah, I'd like to underscore what Henry's just said. When you think of the wealth of arts and cultural organizations that we have in the region, they've been planning their exhibits for several years to coincide with this conference. And the exhibits won't be just for people who are in Western New York for 4 days. It's also for our local residents to enjoy. So the openings may be at the end of September or early October, continue into November. But SEPA Gallery, the Albright Knox, the Birchfield, the Historical Society, and Castellani up in Niagara Falls, they're all planning something that will coordinate with the topics of this conference.
Sounds fantastic, and it's the opportunity. I think sometimes we live here and we just take with the treasures that we have here for granted, and sometimes it takes something like this to point them out to us and shake us up and make us realize what a wonderful city we live in, and community, not just
That's
Buffalo.
one of the real reasons why we're so excited about doing it, because if we all embrace our own architecture, if we live here,
Sure.
that'll help this city immensely
Right.
into the future.
Now, tell me, how can people get more information about the conference?
Probably the easiest way is to go to our website. We have a link to the National Trust and the National Conference. So that'd just be www.p-b-n.org.
Say it again.
Okay.
P-
P-b-n, preservationbuffalo-niagara.org. You can actually spell out our name, but if you can't spell, just do the P-b-n.
Okay. Catherine, do you want to hold up that video? I was privileged to see part of it, and if you can go on YouTube, right?
YouTube, yes.
And catch some of it, I think people would be very, very happy to see it.
It's only 6 minutes long.
Right.
And the last time I checked, 182,000 viewings on YouTube. So it's gone viral. It's been out in the online community for over 9 months, but really has hit the airways, as they say, and friends have been emailing the link to other friends. And
Great.
so it's a whole new view of Buffalo, one that most people have never seen before and can appreciate our community in a new light.
Wonderful. Well, I'm so happy that you were able to join us today and give us some information about, again, the National Preservation Conference coming to Buffalo October 19th through the 22nd, right?
Yes.
And we'll look forward to getting more information and see Buffalo in the spotlights.
Thank you for giving us
Oh,
the
you're
chance
so
to be
welcome.
here.
Good to be here.
And we'll be back shortly with the rest of our program.
You're a star.